Alright, hello, welcome to my channel. And today we're going to talk about sinking ships. Um, as we know, this world is like um, a sinking ship. It is only going to get worse and worse, and the great thing is there is a lifeboat provided for um, for escape. And I mean, we as Christians are given instructions in the Bible on where this lifeboat is and how to get on it, and so it is our responsibility to tell others. So we have to tell the other people who are on the ship, who may not be able to, may not know that the ship is sinking, or try to get people to understand that there is only one way out. So that is the difference between other religions and the Christianity. You know, the others seem to promote just self. You need to get better so that when your next life you'll be better. You'll be reincarnated into a better situation, and or you just need to work on yourself. And there's just so many out there, but it doesn't ever say, hey, you need to help other people. You need to tell other people that there is a better way. That we do need to take care of each other. Instead of looking at ourselves, we have to look outwardly and look what other people need. All these things are in the Bible. But telling others where the lifeboat is not as easy, or is easier said than done. I know I struggle with the anxiety of how the other person is going to react when I try to witness to them or try to let them know, hey, this ship is sinking. And there are some who think, well, don't worry, I'll figure it out myself. I don't want to, why do we got to use your lifeboat? These can't be the only way. But this ship is sinking. And we know that Jesus said he was the only way. So, what do? We have to figure out a way to share. We can't just walk. I mean, we still do have to, feed ourselves. We do have to try to improve ourselves. But the deception is that, oh, well, that's all you need to do. And there's always more to that. While you're growing, you can always help others get in the lifeboat. Getting in the boat, a lot of times, is half the battle. But once you're in there, you have access to a more powerful source that will get you through all of the battles and the wave to come. But that doesn't mean that you can't ever get out of the lifeboat. There's this concept of once saved, always saved, but you can always choose further down in your life. You could have been raised as a Christian, you could have found Jesus, and then at some point you get distracted again by the world and you get out of the lifeboat. I mean, that is the tricks of the enemy, is that once you're in the boat, He's out there trying to tempt you to get out with anything that he can. And so you can always, and there's always backsliding, and a lot of times some people wake up in time to get back in the boat. Be like, man, I don't know how I wandered so far from the boat. But some people just never get back in. So that's why that is the one reason why I don't agree with the once saved, always saved. So sharing, that's what we need to try to do. And there's so many ways. I am just really encouraged. I see so many Christians using the YouTube platform and on all of them, TikTok, and they're just out there putting what they know, what they've studied, and that's what I'm doing, putting on this YouTube channel so that we can try to reach people, because nowadays there are more people scrolling Facebook and scrolling all these platforms than they are walking around on the street, and it's easier to witness to them in a video, or it's like I do, hide behind a screen. I seem to have more confidence in saying what I need, and hoping that this lands on ears that are receptive, that people are open to Christ. Of course, it's going to always come across people who are not going to be interested or not want to get into the lifeboat, but at least maybe they've heard enough of your video to either plant a seed, or they decide to watch the video all the way through. Then you got people who are trolls and watch the video just so they can comment and poke holes in your theories, which I should mention that these are my opinions, not facts. And so they can poke theories all they want, holes in my theories all they want. This is just my opinion, and I am just trying to share where the lifeboat is. So I hope this has fallen on people, gone across people's feeds, or that had been helpful. And I just know that Jesus is coming soon. It's interesting to me that lately more and more people are feeling the Holy Spirit talking about raptures and Jesus is coming, and I'm feeling it too. I feel like we're running out of time to tell people about this lifeboat. People, there are so many, they're just like, well, I'm not ready to get in that boat. Or, I got sins that I'm not ready to give up yet. And so, if I get in that boat, then I have to commit to this, and this. And it's just like, no, first you need to get in that boat. Then we can work on your baggage. And that is the biggest thing. At least you've answered the call and got in. And then even if Jesus was to come tomorrow, I'm pretty sure once you're in the lifeboat, whatever baggage you still have, he can work with and then help you get rid of it. I'm pretty sure that there are going to be brand new Christians the day Jesus shows up. Not everybody is at the same level. And that's what so many people need to understand. Is they're like, oh, I gave up things that I never thought I would give up when I first started this journey with Jesus. I had no intentions. I didn't even know some of the things that I was doing was a problem. But as I grew in my relationship with Christ, these things came to light a little bit at a time, at the time I needed. And then he helped me. Now you have to ask for help, but that's the cool thing. You can always ask at any time, even if you don't know how to pray. You just talk out loud like I'm doing to this phone, and just Your messages are sent to him, and he sends help. Does that mean that you're not going to ever have any struggles or challenges? There's no promise of that. In fact, once you get in the boat, now the enemy is going to want you even more to come out of that boat, to distract you and tempt you and trick you. So you'll probably actually feel more pressure in the beginning, but that's when you got to hang on to Jesus tighter. Cry out to him more, because then once you get past that and you don't get out of that lifeboat, then it's more real. More things are opened up to you. I mean, people who are happy in the darkness don't know what they're missing out on. We have so many blessings as Christians that God pours out on us. That happiness and joy when we're not under attack. And sometimes even when we're under attack, we can still rejoice. It's not as bad as it was when we were not under Christ's protection. When you're in the darkness, God can only protect you so much. It's like holding a shield out, away from your body. He's going to try to reach you and preserve you as best as he can from arm's length. And that's why so many people, well, why is all these bad things happening to me? Why would God allow this to happen? It's like, well, because you're not letting him in. You got to draw that shield to your body, not arm's length. Shields are not designed to protect you held out way away from your body. You're supposed to hold it near your body. That's how it works. We're told about the armor of God, and the shield is part of it. He can shield you. You can hold that shield, but you need to draw it close. And that's where God wants to be anyway. So, by you being in the darkness, you come into the light, he can protect you so much better. Things can still happen, but you would be able to deal with it better, whatever the situation is. The weight of it, the stress of it, trauma that happens or something that has happened, he will help you heal from it. You can get better. If you're living in a situation where, man, we're living in camper trailers. Would like to have lived in a house. But you know what? We have a roof. We have what we need in these camper trailers. It's not a house like I would like, but I am still taken care of. I still have what I need. And maybe someday it'll be in the Lord's plan for me to get a house. We're slowly building one, but finances are just not lining up for me to have that nice house yet. As something I need to learn patience, something I need to learn gratitude for being happy with what I do have. It's been 5 years we've lived in a camper and not a house. But I still have what I need. So this is just a small example of what I'm dealing with. But I'm not stressed. I don't have anxiety. I'm not worried that I'm going to get wet when it rains. It's cold right now here in Tennessee. So, it's going to be even worse here in a little bit. And we're using fuel to heat, a kerosene heater to heat our little tiny camper. But you know what? God has provided us with a way to heat. So I have 4 walls and a roof that's going to contain the heat. So am I going to freeze to death? No. Are we on 6 of us on top of each other in a camper? Oh, yes, we are. But in 5 years, we have learned how to deal with a lot of people in a small space. And we are not anxious. We are happy. And I think, in my opinion, that God has taken care of us and has given us that peace, given us that joy. So I'm not sure. I probably rattled on way longer than I intended to. But the point is, We need to use what we can, use what God has given us. Our testimonies are important to tell others where the lifeboat is. So this video is here to encourage anyone and to remind anyone that that is our job, even if they reject us and are rude to us and tell us that, we to leave them alone and why do you need to bother us and let us go to hell. And, we have to still try. And sometimes if somebody who needs to be reached may not be us, it may be someone else down the road. So at least we tried, and that's what counts. And God knows that we had put in our effort, we had dropped a seed. And so, and it's really sad that those people are truly missing out on being in under God's protection. So I hope this has helped someone, and may God bless you.